What's up, y'all? Welcome back for another build guide, and thank you for over 200 new subscribers since I started making Starfield content. I will be live here on YouTube right after this video goes up for a couple hours while I prep for future builds. For anyone having trouble, just hop in the chat and ask. More information at the end of the video. Let's get started. Alright, as always, we're going to start with our landing bay. In this case, I'm using the 120 LD landing bay and connect a 110 DP Docker bottom to the side of that. Then put a 2x1 hab on top of those. In this case, I'm using the control station for increased crew capacity. Next, you're going to connect the Ares bridge at the front. If you don't have this yet, you can use the best Stroud Eklund cockpit available at your outpost, and then take that completed ship to go get the Deimos bridge later. Next, you're going to get a Stroud Cap A, which normally looks like this. Flip it and change it to the aft version to get your first one. Place that against the Docker so that you can place another on the front of it. Do the same thing for the other side. Next, you're going to get 2 equipment plates and place them at the front of the 2x1 hab, followed by your SF-40 sheared flow reactor. And then behind the reactor, I've got a Galleon S204 cargo hold. Then at the back of the 2x1 hab, I've got a 10 ST hauler shielded. We're just going to stick that on the back next to the other cargo hold. On the other side, you can place your grav drive behind the weapon, and then a 500T HE3 tank behind that. Next, you're going to get a Stroud nose cap C. Make sure you've got a valid placement in the area first, and then after that, pick it back up. Make sure it snaps to the position you want. Press your flip button twice, then the cancel button. The game considers this a valid connection. You're going to do the same thing for the other side. Followed by another Stroud Cap A. And you're going to slide this in the reactor, just like that. Then flip it until it lands back where you want it, and cancel again. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. This time inside the grav drive. Next, you're going to get 6 equipment plates and 2 turrets. You can place your turrets on the Cap A's that we just placed by letting them snap to place and flip. Just make sure you pay attention to what direction they're pointing. You can do 1 for each side inside the grav drive and reactor. Then you're going to take your 6 equipment plates and place them, as I'll show here in just a second. So I've got 3 up front, followed by 1 in the middle, and then 1 behind each device. Next, you're going to get your shield and place it on top of the shielded cargo. Then get some Stroud Cap A's. You're going to get your first one and place it against the cargo like that, followed by another one behind it. Then you can get 2 more. Flip them upside down and place those under, followed by finally 2 more to complete the wing for this side. You're going to do the same thing over here. Next, you can grab your engines and place them. Just make sure you place one at the cargo hold or the fuel tank first. You can put 3 at the back like that. Next, we're going to get another Stroud Cap A, starting at the front. Followed by a Stroud cowling. Then one more Stroud Cap A. Then you can take another Stroud Cap A and sneak it in just like this. Make sure you flip it and then cancel. Then you can do the same thing, finish out this side, starting with a Cap A, but I think it's going to be tricky around the reactor. I don't quite remember at the moment. So for this side, I believe we're going to want to start with a Cap A here and place it sticking out a little far. Then you can get a Cap A to place on top of the engine like this. And that's going to let you put the cowling in because there's no connection on the back of the reactor. Then you can take this Cap A and just slide it in. Make sure you flip again. Next, we're going to start with a Stroud Nose Cap B. Normally looks like this. Flip it upside down and place it on top of your shield. Then flip twice and cancel. Next, you can get a Nova Cowling 2L and place on the back of that. Then move the Cap B back out of our way. Followed by a Nova Cowling 2L BM to go on top of the shield now. The BM is just the flipped version of the TM, and the TM is just a variant of the TF. So we're going to place a 2L BM here, followed by another one next to it. Then I've got some more Cap Bs in the way, it looks like. Let me just pull those back. Another 2LTM here at the front. Followed by a 2LTF finally to go over the cockpit. Then we can place our Cap Bs back, starting with the one at the rear. Make sure you've got the flat side up. It helps fill in the gap. We're going to place 3 of those. The first 2 have the flat side up. The one that is closest to the cockpit is going to have the flat side down. Then you can finish off the top with 2 more Nova Cowlings. All right, so back here I've got 3 NG20 landing gear. These are variants of the 4 version, which can be found on Titan over in Seoul. But since you're not going to have those at your outpost, we're going to use some Stroud Acculanders in the meantime. You can place the first one here in the middle, duplicate it, make sure you've got a valid placement, and then put another one on the side. Make sure you've got the version with connections on both sides because we're going to need that here soon. Duplicate it again, get another valid placement, put it behind the other engine. Flip and cancel until you've got this version. Next, we're going to put a couple Hope 6 landing gear in here. Place the first one on the side of one of your Acculanders. Then another one on the other side. And then we're going to get the aft version and place that on the side of the engine for both sides, just in case you wanted to stick with these landing gear. And now everything should be nominal, and you should be able to save and exit with the ship. Now, if you go to get the Nova landing gear that I was using earlier, just a second, I'll show you how to install those once you get there. You'll remove all the landing gear that we have currently placed. And then you'll get 3 of these Nova landing gear. In order to place the first one, you have to remove one of your Stroud Cap A's. And then you can place one and just line them up across. You can place the final one by changing its variant 3 times and then hitting cancel. Then you can replace your Stroud Cap A. And once again, you should be nominal. If you're not, 2 tricks that you can use to try and sort out some issues. You can select all on the ship, grab it, and then move it to find what piece is not connected. You can also select all, pick it up, and then accept. And sometimes that will cause parts that are right next to each other to connect, and it will complete the build sometimes. So we're going to save and cancel now. Well, not save and cancel, but you know what I mean. And check out the inside. All right, if you're using Control Station like I am, you'll be brought directly into it with your docker at the rear and one door leading into the cockpit. Same minor clipping as before, but everything's still accessible and the view's still just as good. All right, that just about covers this build. I know some of y'all are ready for something new, so I've got one more Enterprise update and a new build with a different base design coming very soon. Thank you all for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in another one. Later.